My name is José Ferri. I'm head of PLG at Moskit CRM. My background is in CS and engineering. 2 years ago I moved to PLG and been headed the team since then. Moskit is a sales at CRM, a traditional CRM in the sense. We focus on the SMB market and we operate mainly in Brazil and other South American countries. I think it mostly comes down to scoring and product data. A product-led sales software really helps in figuring out which lead to talk to in the right moment to do so. Basically, I can have my applications usage data sent directly to Successeve and really understand like the customer life cycle. I can score my products qualified accounts or product qualified leads, segment my user base, and really dial in which customers I really need to talk to, which ones are in the best moment to talk right now. This doesn't mean that a PLS software is going to replace a sales ad CRM in our use case. When it comes down to highly specific tasks, each one's going to perform better on what it's meant to do. One example of this in our use case is our WhatsApp integration. So Brazilian market really use WhatsApp a lot and helps my team communicate better and also generate data on that without having to do any other tasks other than what they're used to. So it really helps this communication, this one-to-one relationship. And I think this idea of scale in general is one of the biggest differences when it comes down to individual communication or proposals or in general specific sales tasks. It's when a traditional sales CRM works best in this case. But whenever we're talking about organizing PQAs and PQLs and understanding how to get the best value on the first party data that's been generated, I think it's when a product like sales software really takes the edge. In general, both work great on what they're meant to do. I think a PLG and SLG, sales led growth hybrid, is a typical use case, especially when you're talking about a freemium model product. Being able to get the best of both worlds in this case is a huge benefit, like the lower CAC costs and wide type of funnel from a pure PLG strategy, and the ability to really target some niche clients and really show value easily with a sales-led approach. They were great when we're talking about this model. And this also reduces the cost of onboarding in general, since whenever we're talking to someone who already tried the products, who are already familiar with the product, and most of the cases they've been able to reach success or see value in what you're trying to sell. So we're really talking about these two strategies in a hybrid model. Whenever, even if you are more PLG than SLG or vice versa, it doesn't matter. But working the both of them together is really great. A PLS software is also going to help to identify some upsell and cross-sell cases in this, identifying like through the product usage, which customers are more engaged or which customers are more likely to also need another kind of solution. So it really works well in this case. I mean, whenever it's possible to identify the PQAs and PQLs, you're able to send into the sales funnel with the added benefit of knowing exactly why they're there and why they got in your sales funnel at the moment they did. So really understand like all the product usage that really sent into to a sales funnel really made and become a PQL in this case. This also helps me direct my sales workforce in general, my account executive workforce in general, and it allows me to scale my operation without necessarily needing to increase my number of people. So it really benefits from the both worlds. The main one is our product usage score. So we divide it in two different scores that work together. One of them is focused on car functionality only. So basically, I can assure someone is using the core functions of my product. And the other one is focused on complementary functionality in general. So if someone has a good health in one of them, but not in the other, good score on one of them and not the other, this doesn't necessarily mean they are a good account. I think in general they need to use both, or they need to use whatever makes sense for them in the product. So it's something that we really dial down to understand which components of these two scores work best whenever we're talking about the score, whenever we're talking about the right moment to talk to someone or someone that is in danger. So that's the main one. We also look to PQL to SQL conversion, so product qualified lead to sales qualified lead conversion. It's a great way to validate whatever playbook is currently happening or whatever processes we're trying to make it work. It's a great way to understand if actually works in the real world per se. So it's a really great way to validate all of this. Free to paid conversion, we look at it with and without sales assist. So like a pure PLG motion, like no one talks to them, no person talks to them, and whenever we have this sales notification or sales assist, that's going to help this customer from a point forward. Look to both of these numbers. In general, the number of active accounts we have, someone that's performed more than X events or something like that, so we can really know what our top of funnel looks like. So back to the idea to a hybrid model, really understanding our top of funnel is really important. So we can know, we can forecast, we can understand better our sales funnel in this. And I think that's basically it. That's the main ones we like to focus. That's the main ones we actively monitor in here. Oh, I think basically whenever people think of product-led growth, they're going to think of more sales or more conversions in this part of the process exclusively. And I don't think that's the case at all. I think product-led growth can be used in any other area of the company. So we can look at PLG through a sales motion and understand how PLG can actually help sales improve. We can look at like support and ticketing and understand how can the product improve this experience. We can look at customer success, create ways to improve the user experience and how they can interact with the product. All of that can work in the PLG motion. All of that can really benefit, and with the idea of scale, with the idea to improve your workforce. Whenever we can use a product to really improve of the processes of the tests and the user experience in general is a great way to actually use product-led growth. But PLG can work on many other areas other than that. We are a hybrid model, like I talked before, so I don't think we actually need to like extinguish all sales team and stuff like that. But I definitely think that PLG can improve a lot of other areas, can improve a lot of processes, and can make everything run a little bit more smoothly. So yeah, of course, I really think PLG is the future. Goodbye, 100% SaaS by Successeve. It's been a pleasure, and thank you for the opportunity for the interview.